G'day, Mark here from Tempest Tools. This video is part 2 of your rate tables or cutting feed rates in ToolBox. So to access those, you click on the icon here, the hamburger icon, and then down to rate tables. I'm going to head back to where I started from in the last video and head back to stainless steel, and I'm going to go down to the 6mm, which is where I left off. So as you can see here, I've input some fine setting speeds in those fields there, and now I'm going to explain to you what they do and how they're used. So in here, what we're saying is, if I upload a part that has geometry 9mm or less, it's going to slow the standard cutting feed rate down to 1500, and I've also put a 2.5 second pierce time in here, so it takes the 1 second and increases it to 2.5 seconds. The final fine setting is this one here. It's a limiter. So what I'm saying is if I upload a part that has geometry in it 6mm or less, then bring up a warning in the quote. Now, with the efficiency in ToolBox entering these things, if you've got lots to do, it's probably more quicker and more efficient to export that out, open that up, and do all of those changes in the spreadsheet. So this is just fudging it here. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to make that 10. I'm going to make my slow speed 800, and I'm going to make my pierce, it's 1.5, so I'll double it, 3, and I'll make my hole limiter 8mm. So all you do now is hit save, go back to the spreadsheet. Sorry, go back to ToolBox where you left off, and then import, browse, choose it, import. Just a tip on that too, I always find doing a save of a copy beneficial too, just in case you mess it up, and you've always got the original to upload to get rid of any mistakes that you need as well. So as I said, manually here or export and import with the spreadsheet. So let's head over to a quote now and see how those fine setting speed impact the price and times in ToolBox. So I'm going to start with a brand new quote, and I've got some parts over here that I'll upload. I'm not going to worry about the header in here, customers, that sort of thing. I don't need those for this exercise. So we go 2D part, and we'll upload these parts that have those holes in them. And I'm going to use the multi-select feature, pencil tool, and select my material. So I want 316, and it was 6mm we're looking at, and then hit save. A really good way of determining sizes of geometry in ToolBox as well is to use the drawing doctor. So if I open this one up and select that hole, it'll give you the dimensions of the hole here itself without guessing. So that's a really nice little tip. So I'm going to calculate those now, and I'm going to show you what the impact of those settings has on the quote here itself. So I'll deselect those and head into the pricing details. So what's going to happen is the unit time value is going to be a lot longer than it normally should be because it's slow. So don't expect to see that setting that I showed you earlier on to be carried through to here. It won't. That's the normal speed, but you will see a difference in the speed itself. So it's added, I think, a couple of seconds on it. All right, so that's where it will show the difference. If I scroll down to this one, so this 20mm one was above the 9mm that I entered, so it should be at proper speed, which it is. So as you can see, it's about 2 seconds less, and there's the standard speed. Yet this one here, because I told it to look for anything smaller than a certain amount, I think it's 6mm, if I hover over the warning that ToolBox gives us, it says, hey, the part contains profiles too small to process. So that's that warning that I spoke about earlier on. So if you've got some unskilled or not so sure operators that are doing quotes, it'll always tell them if it finds things that are incorrect. Again, an orange icon, if you see it, is not a stop. It doesn't stop you from getting a price. It's just a warning to say, hey, we found issues based on your settings. It's up to you whether you continue. And that's all I wanted to run through today. In the next video, we'll cover off the press brake settings and pricing, and I'll run through those for you as well. Thank you.